So we already know that so we are having the different types of the environments in the organization level. So within these environments we are going to deploy our application, and we have to make sure everything should be, sorry, make sure to consistency in all the servers. Okay, to consistency in all the servers. What is the meaning of consistency? Suppose when you deploy the application in one particular server, the same configuration that the same application should be available in the rest of the servers as well. So this is very important. This we can call it as a consistency. So this consistency should be made across the all the servers. This consistency should make the across the, all the servers. So why I can call it here? So because you should not deploy your application into single server. You should not deploy your application to the single server. You should deploy your applications into more than one server. So why we can deploy the more than one server? So because of it high availability. So because of the high availability. Okay na? So now we are going to understanding about so how we are doing to containerization. So continuous delivery process, we are usually using the Docker and Kubernetes. So what are the which kind of use cases we are going to use in your Docker and Kubernetes? So this is very important. So at this point of view, so every organization using or deploying their application directly physically, guys. Okay, physically they are deploying their applications into the servers. So let us take, so they are combining the projects and they are sending the project, they are deploying the projects into the or application, they are deploying the project into the Tomcat servers. So this is a process, but now the totally changed. So we can make it our entire application as a image based deployment. So how it works, let us see. So let us suppose we are having 4 servers, guys. Let us suppose we are having 4 servers in one environment. Server 1, server 2, server 3, and server 4. Yeah, so we are having 4 servers. So let us take, so this is for web server 1, and web server 2, and web server 3, and web server 4. Okay, so one is for web server 1 and web server 2 and web server 3 and web server 4. So this is very important. Now the important point here, so I want to configure all our configurations into one particular server. If I want to configure a delivery or workspace into the particular server, so first I need to make sure to get all the necessary softwares, or we can say that to include to get all softwares. And third process, second process, we need to make sure application deployment, application deployment, and third process, connectivity with the backend side. Fourth one is and cache configurations. Okay, so this is one typically entire workspace we need to configure into our application. So how much time it will take? Can anyone tell me how much time it will take? How much time it will take to complete all these configurations?
1 day maybe.
1 day, we can say the 2 hours, right?
Okay.
See, already the applications are, all the softwares are available. Just we need to get the all softwares and we need to deploy our application. Application deployment is nothing but coding, right? So we need to deploy our code and we need to work on it. So this is very important. So let us suppose 2 to 3 hours are time. Okay, let's say the 3 hours. Okay. So
Okay.
again, for web server 2, for making the consistency, to make the consistency for all the servers, again, we are doing the same process in the web server 2 as well, right? We need to do the same process in the web server 2. So here, how much time it will take? Again,
2 hours or 3 hours.
exactly. Again, it will take 2 to 3. Sometimes it may take more than that also. Why? Because so maybe from compatibility issues. 1 minute. Yeah. Okay. So again, it may take. So why I can call it as more than 1 day? So guys, so one server it is working fine. Maybe some other configuration, maybe the version compatibilities, maybe the operating system compatibilities, right? Maybe the code compatibility. So it may take more than that. So it may take 3 hours, let's suppose, and web server 3 also 3 hours, 4 hours. But here we are having 4 servers. Let's assume your organization having the 100 servers. 100
Okay.
servers. Okay, is that people, your organization or your client will accept this much of time to only configure the workspace? Is it
Not
accepted?
always. No.
It is not accepted, right? It
Yes.
is not accepted. So how we can able to automate, how we can able to customize all the things, all the things. So then here we can come under containerization tools. So these containerization tools are nothing but Docker and Kubernetes. So what we can do, what are the workspace, what are the configurations we did on the first server? So everything we can make it as one image. Everything we can make it as one snapshot, or we can say the image. See, if you want to understand very clearly, let me tell one normal layman example. Okay, suppose you want to shift house from Dilshur Nagar to Kokatpalli. Okay, Dilshur Nagar to Kokatpalli. So how we can able to move the things?
Movers and packers.
Okay, so movers and packers is when movers and packers are nothing but, so you can combine, exactly, you can combine all your things into the one specific area, right? One vehicle, yes or no?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
You have to combine all the things into the one vehicle, and we have to moving from Dilshur Nagar to the Kokatpalli, right?
Yes.
The same way, you can also think in your application level. See, what are the configurations? What are the workspaces? What are the things you did on the first server? So you have to make it everything into one image, and we have to send this image into the particular server too, because this is a pre-compiled image, right? So already all configurations are available within the image. So just you need to run it within this particular server. That's it. Here, who will responsible to run these images? So these are the raw images. The containers will be responsible. The containerization tools will be the responsible to running these images.
Okay.
So within fraction of seconds, your application is available in the rest of the servers. So without any issues, because without any operating system and without any code compatibilities or without any version compatibilities issues, your issues will be resolved. Clear, everyone? Got it? So because this is a pre-compiled, okay, so this is a pre-compiled image. So here, what was the process? The first process is, so what are the configurations, what are the things you did? So everything we can convert into one specific image, and we have to send this image to the rest of the servers. So this is called, this concept is called as a containerization. So while seeing this concept, you might be aware of one old concept also. So did you aware of it, virtualization? Can anyone aware of the virtualization?
Not exactly, but it's We can use that, I mean, other machine as
Exactly. So other machine is nothing but, so within the same server, within the same, suppose this is my Windows 10 laptop. So I need a one Linux server. So I don't want to purchase one more laptop. Okay, instead of that, I can take a one virtual VMware, and within the VMware, I can able to install the Linux machine. Got it? The
Yes,
same
yes.
way in the application level also. So here, how many servers we are doing right now? How many servers?
4.
4 servers. But are we deploying physically, or we are deploying through the image-based deployment?
Image-based deployment.
Image-based deployment. So everything, every image is a isolated image. Every image is isolated. So instead of the 4 servers, why I need to go for 4 servers? So instead of the single server only, I can able to deploy four same type of images. Right? Clear, guys? Now you got the point. So instead of the four servers, I can take only for single server. So within the single server, I can deploy 4 applications. So here the infrastructure cost is reduced to 50 to
On server.
60%, right?
Yes.
So that is also an advantage here. Okay. So this is also called as a containerization. So if you want to deploy same kind of application, n number of servers, then we can go for the containerization. Okay, so containerization. So here the advantage here. So instead of that, so 4 servers, okay, for load balancing, we can create only for 1 server, and within the 1 server, you can deploy same kind of isolated images. Then how it works? See, every image having the port number, right? So have application deployed. So it can be code number 1, 2, 3, 4. And 4, 5, 6, 7. And 8, 8, 8. 999. Okay. So these are the port number, guys. Okay. Suppose if I want to access your application, or if you want to load balancing, so automatically, so IP address colon 1, 2, 3, 4. So you will get the response from this particular image. So this is very, very important. You might having one more doubt, guys. Suppose this is the image. So we know from physically application deployment, we can able to upgrade to the version. So how we can do the images? So same way in image also we can able to upgrade the new versions of the image. Okay, if I want to deploy the new version is coming, so we have to convert our entire configurations and we have to convert them into the particular image, so we can upgrade the image. So this is very, very important. So who will take care? Here the Kubernetes will take care. Here the Kubernetes will take care, and it should be orchestration tool. Kubernetes, we can call it as a orchestration tools. Orchestration tool. So please make sure, guys, the architecture of the orchestration tools will come under so master and slaves configuration. Master and slaves configuration. So master is nothing but let me explain how it works. So internally the Kubernetes will use the Docker. Internally the Kubernetes will use the Docker. So this is very, very important. So how it orchestration looks like. So clear everyone as of now, or any confusion, guys?
Sir, I have one doubt.
Yes, tell me.
Before we had 4 servers, right?
Yeah,
So if one server goes down, we have 3
exactly.
other
You got
servers.
my, yeah, exactly. That is good question. See, we are keeping only for one server only. So if one server is go down, we can go for scalability, right?
Yeah.
It will provision one more server, and within the server it should be deployed those number of pods. So that's why I'm saying now that the Kubernetes will come into the picture, right?
Okay.
The Docker is the responsible to convert your all of our configurations into the image, and we have to run your images. That's it. But coming to the
Okay.
Kubernetes pod, it should be responsible for orchestration, and it should be responsible for scalability, and it should be responsible for deployments and everything. Got it,
Yes.
Anand? Yeah.
Okay. Yes.
So now here I could take it as a master slave configuration. Let's take the master here. And these are the servers. Okay, let us take, I am having the 3 servers. So you need to think that even if we have 3 servers, we are deploying your n number of replicas. So that is an advantage here. But if you want to deploy the physically one server, you need to deploy only for one at a time. See here, we can communicate it the master and slave. So this is the master is nothing but central mission, guys. Okay. So this is called as a master is nothing but central mission. So where we need to configure all our configurations. Now I want to deploy my application, or if you want to deploy my application, I can just create some manifest files. I'm just creating some manifest files, manifest or configuration file. So within the configuration files, I can deploy it, and I can see the images, yeah, and version is y version.v1.0. Okay, so I'm v1.0 etc. So I'm just doing that, and we can see the replicas also. How many replicas? Replicas are nothing but so how many images, same kind of images we can able to deploy into these many servers. So I can make it as 3. Okay, I can make it as 3. So now whenever we are executing this configuration file, so automatically, so within all the servers, within fraction of seconds, okay, so whenever we are executing the these configuration to the master, all the configurations will be deployed into these many servers. So how many replicas? 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay. See, Anand, if you want to deploy these things into the physically, so you need to 4 into 3, 9 servers, right?
Yes.
Exactly. You need to 9 servers is, but here, so if you want, you can able to spin up more number of images also. That is also, if you want to make more scalability, we can able to scale up and we can able to scale down. So this is very, very important. So due to some issue, if one of the node is failed,
Okay.
if due to some issue, if one of the node is not responding, so you no need to worry about it, guys. Okay, the Kubernetes will be recreated. The what are the node that is failed, so that should be recreated. So this is very, very important. And if you want to deploy your version 1.10 to 2.0, then automatically it will be upgraded. It will be upgraded to all number of images. So this is an advantage in the Kubernetes. So did you see the difference? The Docker
Yes.
and Kubernetes. Docker and Kubernetes both are working under containerization only. But here, the Docker will be responsible to convert our entire application to the image, and the Kubernetes will be responsible for the orchestration.
Okay.
So can we go for the CI/CD communication here?
Yes.
Can we go for can we combine the what we discussed on the yesterday? Okay, can we combine the yesterday and today configuration? We can say the
Yes.
pipeline CI/CD configuration. So from application deployed into the repository to the delivery into the servers.
Yes.
Let me explain. Okay, so first, usually where our application is deployed, where our developers are writing their application, and where they are going to deploy, guys. So repository, right? What are the
Yes.
repository here? So we can take the Git repository. We can take the Git repository. So this Git repository will be responsible to keep your application code. To keep application files. So this is very, very important. And next one is we are having the Maven. So Maven is nothing but a build tool, guys. So whatever the code, Maven is nothing but a build tool. Build tool to compile and validate the project and packaging the project. To compile and packaging the project. Compile and packaging the project. So this is very, very important. Yes. So next one is if you want to execute any test cases, so we need to use for some kind of tools like Selenium or Sonar, whatever you want. So here we can go for the like test cases, Selenium, okay, Sonar or Nexus. Oh, we will discuss everything, no issue. Sonar, Cumin, Nexus. So this is the other tools. We can execute the test cases and to check the performance of the code and to deploy them into the sites. So to execute the test cases, yes, and to check the performance. So now I'm taking the Jenkins here to automate the process here, Jenkins. And guys, now I don't want to directly deploy the WAR file into the Tomcat server. Okay, so I need to make it as a pre-compiled image. So yesterday's class was only for physical deployment. Okay, now our entire configurations make it as a image-based deployment. Okay, see here. So this is our mission, central server mission. Our missions, master server mission, where I can able to configure all our master server. So this is our master, and it can install the Docker. It can be installed the Docker and Kubernetes. So please make sure, guys. So Kubernetes work only for containerized only. So only for Docker images. Yes. So these are the environment, guys. Okay, these are the four servers. These are the four servers are available in the my development environment, or we can say the production. Let's assume. So this is a production pipeline. This is a production pipeline. So this is very, very important. Now, so whenever we need to write a custom file, so this is the application, right? WAR file is available. Now we have to deploy the WAR file in the Tomcat. We need to convert that your entire configuration to one image. So here we need to write one custom Docker file. So this custom Docker file will be taking care about the custom Docker file. So right in the Docker, we need to convert your entire configuration to custom image, right? For image creation, we need to write some Docker file, custom Dockers. Right, okay, custom Docker. So this is very, very important. So in the master server, so here we can able to execute all our configurations, and it should be communicate with the so these are the tools we are toolkit are using in our environment. So any doubts as of now? Any
So
doubts,
to
guys?
create a custom Docker, like, do we need to know a language or
No,
just
that is
commands?
simple only. So
Okay.
the Docker having some commands. Okay, by using those commands, we can convert it. It's very simple.
Okay.
Maximum 9 commands are available. So by using those commands, we can create our entire application with the image.
Okay.
Okay,
Sir. Okay. Sir.
fine. So now I want to automate each and every process. Now, what is the first process here? The first process is get the code from the, so whenever the developer, whenever the end user, okay, so whenever the developer commit the code, whenever the developer commit the code into the repository, okay, whenever the developer commit the code into the repository, so these are the actions we are going to perform in the automation. So first one is to fetch the code, to get the code from Git, and second process to compile the project and packaging the project into WAR file, let us assume, okay, and third process to execute the test cases. And fourth step, okay, fourth step we can call it as a, and to convert your image, to convert your WAR file into image, like deployment to the Tomcat. So Tomcat automatically, when we are running the image, automatically your application is running inside the Tomcat. Okay, we can make it like that. So, and fifth step, we are delivering to the deploying them into the servers. Right. So guys, see, if you want to see here, so whenever the developer commit the code into the repository, automatically it should be executed sequence of steps. What are the steps we have configured in the Jenkins? So that should be automated within single click, guys. Within single click, your application is available. See how many, suppose let's say we are having three at a time, three pods are available. So all these three pods are deploying on these servers. Now clear, guys?
Yes.
Your application is available or not? High availability, right?
Yes.
So this is how we can able to working in the organization level. So in the CI/CD process, so up to the testing, this entire process is called as a CI, continuous integration. Okay, so this entire process is called as a CD. Okay, so this is the CD and this is for CI. So this process is called as a continuous integration. And this is called as a continuous delivery. So why, if now you understand the difference, continuous integration and continuous delivery, clear, guys? Okay, continuous integration is if we want up to the testing, if we want to automate each and every process, whenever the developer commit the code into the repository, so up to the testing, we can able to automate each and every process. That is called as a continuous integration. And the continuous delivery will be, if I want to deliver your project into multiple environments or multiple servers, so that called as a continuous delivery. So any other doubts? Arun?
No, sir.
Krishna? Chandra, right now?
No, sir.
Fine. So tomorrow we are going to discuss about the understanding about the configuration management and continuous monitoring. Then we will start with the Git. Okay, na?
Okay.
Clear, guys? Mostly from day after tomorrow onwards, we are going to start the practical sessions as well.
Okay.
Please join. Okay. Please get the recordings and go through it. If you have any doubts, let me know. Fine.
All
Okay.
these
Any other doubts?
all these recordings will be available, right?
Just tell me. Krishna?
Yeah, all these recordings will be available, right? For us?
Yeah. You can get it. You can check with Venkat sir and anywhere. You have the contacts, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can check with them.
Sir, I have one doubt, not related to this one. If you deploy one, server on one application, it must be connected with the same network or different network?
No, network is network. You can define. Okay, whether it should be public or whether it should be private.
No,
Okay, Arun?
while we doing a pre-production, I'm asking that.
Tell me.
Pre-production, sir. If you're working from home or you need to virtualize and then deploy that application, right?
Yeah, same. Even if it is pre-production, also you can make it the same practice, right?
Yeah.
See, what are the practice we did on the low end environment? The same practice we should move to the production. See, what is the difference in between the production and lower end environments? Lower end environments might be having less number of load, right?
Yes.
So only our people is testing and executing. But if we come to the production, so we are having anonymous people will access our application. So we need to make sure the performance, load balancing, everything should be taken care.
Yes.
Got it, Arun?
Yeah. Even the traffic also we can take that, right?
Exactly.
Whatever. Yeah.
Exactly. That we can call it as a load testing.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, na?
Yes.
So any other doubts, guys? Anand? Ram?
So normally testing is taken care by QA team, no, sir. Why is it DevOps?
Exactly. Testing team is don't club like this. Okay. Yesterday we already discussed. Okay. For the application code, we are not taking care. See, the developers will write the application code. They are deploying them into the Git. The QA
Yes.
people will write the test cases that they are deploying them into the Git. So we
Yes.
can take those files and we are automating. Got it, na?
Okay, sir.
Clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
So any other doubts? Guys, any other doubts, guys?
So, sir, then Selenium and Sonar Cube. So, we will be using or QA people?
No,
will-
no, Sonar and Nexus we are going. Selenium will be taken care by testing, like we discussed, right? So we are only using those test cases and we are executing. How we are executing the test cases? So Jenkins. So you need to know that one only.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes. Okay, guys. Okay. I need to log off a little bit early today. So
Okay.
let's from tomorrow onwards. So we are having 1 hour session. Not
Yeah.
for tomorrow, every day. Okay, every day we are having 1 hour session. So let's complete as early as possible.
Okay,
Okay,
sir.
na?
Yeah.
Okay.
Fine, guys.
Yeah.
Bye.
Okay, sir. Have a nice day.
Bye. Bye.